Good afternoon. Just was sitting here wondering, out of all the Christmases that we've had, or you've had, what's the best Christmas gift that you ever received? Can you think back to when you was a little kid and your mom or dad or maybe your neighbor or teacher gave you that special gift that you'll never forget? I remember there was a gift that my mom got me one Christmas. It was a Christmas where we was living in this little double. And it was just me, my mom, and my brother. I guess my mom and my dad were having some hard times, and they were separated for a minute. And I remember I wanted a microscope and a telescope, and I didn't know if I was going to get it, but I remember that's what I wanted. That's what my heart desired. And I remember for Christmas, I used to believe in Santa Claus, but my younger brother, he exposed Santa Claus early on because he showed me that my microscope and telescope, he would go digging through under the Christmas tree and pull the wrapper back a little bit and then recover it so my mom wouldn't see that it was done. And he found my telescope and microscope. But even though he did that, I still had this hope and this belief, that I wanted to believe in Santa Claus because I believed innately it was good, it was this good thing. But I still remember on Christmas morning getting that telescope and that microscope and how excited I was. And I didn't understand at the time, but my mom and my dad had to work hard to pull that off for me to get those gifts. And those gifts were special for me. And I remember even when my mother passed, some years ago, I went driving to that place where I got those gifts with my wife. And it was so fresh, the wound of her loss, that I remember weeping thinking about that moment when it happened. And I remember being a young boy trying to figure out how to use that microscope and telescope. I never did quite get a grasp on either one, and I never continued in life using those tools, but it's still a memory, a good gift, a good memory. So what about you? What's that good gift, that good memory that you have of receiving that gift? That it's not just a gift itself, but it's the moment in time that you remember. Well, I want to bring up another special gift that we've all received, and that's the gift of Jesus Christ. Long ago, thousands of years ago, God came into the world to give us the most special gift of himself. It was so special that it resonates today, the most important gift that mankind has ever received, and every single person born has received that gift. And that's the gift of Jesus Christ. And remember, when you think about gifts, Jesus said, what greater gift is there to give than to lay down one's life for their friends, their loved ones? Think about that. Someone who's sacrificing their life for you. We receive lots of gifts from people we don't even know. Men and women in armed service who serve overseas, and men and women who have lost their lives while serving overseas to fight wars so we can have freedom. And men and women who serve in the police force all the time that lose their lives fighting to keep us free. There's all kind of sacrifices and there's all kind of gifts. But this Christmas, take a moment to remember the greatest gift of all, the gift of Jesus Christ.